Hi,
The fire
Internet.
couldn't have stood on you.
The fire came later.
The fire came later.
Yes, Internet. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back, players. Cord, I'm glad you don't have COVID anymore.
Woo, no
Yay.
COVID.
I'm glad I don't have COVID anymore.
Not having COVID is an A+ strategy. Pro tip: don't have COVID.
As if it's that easy.
Yeah, it's just that easy. Just don't get COVID. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Just don't get it. And if you do have it, just get rid of it.
Will it away.
Yeah, just stop. Just stop having COVID.
Yeah.
I did after 8 days.
Yeah, you did. Good job. Good for you. I'm proud of you. But yes, it is Wednesday night, so now that we are all COVID free, we can roll some dice.
Yay!
It's gonna be a good one. As always, big shout outs to Incarnate and Dungeon Alchemist and all of the other tools that we use for making maps and Hero Forge and fantasy name generators for providing minis and names for those minis and NPCs. That's definitely not why I was behind and just needing to re-up my list of NPC names. Extra Life is coming up.
Less than a month.
We are less than a month out from Extra Life. So don't forget to tell all of your friends to tune in. This year is gonna be weird. That's all I can really say, but in a good way. It's just going to be all over the place. It's going to be great. I'm super excited for everything that's going to happen. And details and postings about all of that, I'm hoping I'm going to get to that this weekend so we can get the Facebook page going on all of that, get some details out. But as always, it is the first weekend in November, the November 2nd into November 3rd. We'll be starting at 8 a.m. Central Time, and we will be playing all day and into and through the night. We're going to be doing a lot of Dungeons & Dragons, a bunch of other similar RPGs. We're going to throw some video games in there for good measure, just to keep things fresh.
Yay!
As always, you can donate to our Extra Life team page, and you'll be able to affect the games that you'll be watching. You can also donate this evening to affect the game as we play it today in real time. So details on different benchmarks that we have are on our Extra Life team page, which is in the comments, in the description, or wherever it is. I can never... you'd think I would know that. But yeah, without further ado, I would like everybody to roll a D100, and we'll get some warm-up role-playing questions going.
Listen, we did get a $55 donation from a coworker of mine last week.
Oh, excellent!
Oh,
Thanks to Sam's coworker for the $55 donation.
So I don't know if you want to. She didn't choose anything, so I don't know if you want to apply that to advantages or D4s. That's a lot.
Let's see. Let's see what kind of benchmarks I had.
I rolled a 12. This is cleric numbers, y'all.
I already answered that. Let other wing it.
Let's see. All right, I will look at that later. For now, with a 12, Court, what is your character's current goal summed up in one sentence?
To uh, given the state of things, her current goal is to find a way to, if not fix, because physically Skytown's not fixable, to make things a whole lot better, to try to restore some semblance of life as opposed to chaos to their
Okay.
space.
Just kind of restore order, kind of restore the status quo of the city in light of the catastrophe that has happened.
Yes.
Okay. Tina, what you got?
95.
95. Those ain't cleric
Opposite.
numbers.
Not cleric numbers.
All right. I'm going to ask you this question. I might want you to just roll again. How did your character learn the languages that they speak?
What does my
Lula
character
programmed
speak?
them.
Lula programmed them.
What do I speak? Okay, so I speak Common, Druidic, Dwarvish, and Gnomish. 3 of the 4 were Lula. The Druidic, I don't think was Lula because Lula doesn't know it.
Mm-mm.
So the Druidic is something I don't think Endeavor knows why. They just understand the language. It's the equivalent of like the 0s and 1s.
Okay. All right, so I will ask a follow-up question instead. This is the first part of this is actually directed at Lula.
Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarvish, and Gnomish.
Okay, and Endeavor speaks those 3 in addition to Draconic and Druidic?
No Draconic, just Druidic.
Just Druidic.
Yeah.
Okay. So those first 3 Lula just like had a CD-ROM.
The first 3 were
of
the
those
intentional.
languages.
The first 3 were the intentional ones
Yeah.
when Endeavor was supposed to be a Steel Defender.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th one is what happens when suddenly that is sentient.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happens when you install sentient trees.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
Or is it like I've heard of this happening that someone will like suffer like a severe brain injury and for no reason at all the only language that they know how to speak is English, let's say. They suffer a brain injury and then all of a sudden they speak perfect French but can no longer speak English.
Brains are plastic. Brains can be very, very weird.
That might be
it's
real. That might be an episode of House. I'm not sure.
It could be both, actually.
I feel like I saw that
There is
on
someone
House.
I know locally in the DC area who is a polyglot and I believe speaks something like 58 languages.
Oh my god.
That's too many languages.
Show off.
They they can basically pick up just by ear.
Yeah.
And it's insane. And just will go around and just speak with pretty much anyone at any point, anywhere, and be able to have a conversation, which I think is really cool.
That is like superpower level.
Yeah.
Brain.
I think that's
shit.
amazing. I think it's amazing.
I could not even comprehend
Mm-hmm.
being able to speak more than like 2 languages. Like I can wrap my head around speaking a second language. Being able to speak and to be fluent in a 3rd language, the inside of my brain case is chaotic enough already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need all of the different voices in my head to not even be able to communicate with each other.
all of the NPCs that you're creating have their own language now.
No, that's
And you
not
don't understand
okay.
it. But yes, Endeavor, the druidic is the mystery language, and probably comes from either sentient metal or sentient wood.
Okay.
Because who knows, metal can be sentient too.
Rhodes, what did you roll?
61.
61. Rhodes, stop rolling the same thing every time. How does your character imagine the way they will die?
I think I have answered this.
You have
think you
absolutely
have.
answered it.
Again.
Yeah.
More
Okay.
than
Stop
once,
rolling
I
in the
might
50s.
add.
Well, to be fair, I think that question is on the list in a few different ways of asking it. And I just happened to roll every version of that question possible. 47 sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
Have I answered that one before?
47. I don't know. How did your characters spend their childhood? Where did they grow
I haven't
up?
answered
/ who were their childhood friends? Paint me a picture of
Zill
even
is-
shorter Zilny.
Zill is born and bred Skytown, so that's where he's from, where he's lived pretty much his whole life. Honestly, Spice Mountain might actually be the furthest away from Skytown he's ever been.
Oh my god.
He's never really left the area. Like, there was no need to leave Skytown. Everything's in Skytown.
Are we suddenly remembering collectively this moment on your way out of Skytown down the road? And Zilny just stops dead in his tracks and says, if I take one more step, I'll be the furthest from the Shire I've ever been in my whole life.
Yeah, pretty much. He had that moment in his head.
Okay.
So his childhood was honestly probably pretty normal. He grew up. He doesn't have a ton of siblings like a lot of gnomes. He just hung out mostly with his two siblings. He's got one brother, one sister, who were much more adventurous than he is. In the sense of like they left Skytown when they could. They aren't in a guild. They wanted to see the world and explore, so they've been all over the place. They have like they're like a trading company sounds too fancy. They're like cargo. They like move cargo around.
Okay.
Essentially, they're like a cargo company.
They're,
they got a couple of things. Yeah.
They're a caravan company.
Caravan company, yes. Because they wanted the opportunity to just go places and see the world. So he mostly just hung out with his siblings, and he was a real boring kid, and then like followed the normal path of like join a guild. Most people in his family were a variety of guilds, but like a lot of deep armory. So he just kind of like followed the trend most of his life, and then just once he knows he likes something, he sticks to it. He likes Skytown, he stuck to Skytown. He liked being a cop, he stuck to being a cop. Like,
Hey,
he likes it, he
this
does it.
is something, it's relatively, not to say that being a cop is an easy job, but he found something that didn't require him to move too far out of his comfort zone, and he was relatively good at it.
Yeah.
So he just stuck there. Okay.
Yep. He has no desires. He's not the sort of person who wanted to like climb a corporate ladder or anything like that. He's like, nope, I'm content being the steady Eddie.
You know, I've always thought that society's, like, ingrained sense of you must have ambition, absolute bullshit.
Nothing wrong with just being content.
Not everybody needs to be the CEO one day.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't really work.
Yeah,
Because then you have a bunch of CEOs and nobody to actually do any work.
right. Or a shit ton of people who wanted to be CEO and couldn't or didn't make it, now they're disgruntled employees.
Fuck that guy.
Probably
I
a
wanted to be
douchebag.
CEO.
Yeah. I'm happy being a drone. Drones aren't responsible for anything. Sam, what did you roll?
82.
82. You guys are rolling high, wasting all of your high rolls. I love it.
True, I rolled a 12.
Sam, I think you've actually already answered this one. Is your character more of an introvert or an extrovert?
I have answered that one. It's also a really easy question.
Yep.
How about 88?
Art imitates life. Where does your character see themselves in 20 years?
I feel like I answered that one too.
I'm pretty sure someone has. I don't remember.
Well, we'll just say Lula has not. 88. 20 years?
20 years.
I mean, 20 years isn't very long for a gnome. So, probably doing about the same. Plans may have changed a little bit with the explosion and like the ravine and stuff. Current events aside, I think she wants, for 20 years, I think she just wants to keep doing what she's doing. Maybe specialize in something a little bit more, but she likes working for the Deep Armory. She likes adventuring with these people. You know, Zill's not gonna get rid of her anytime soon.
Someone has to make him exploding bullets.
Exactly.
Yep.
I was just gonna say that. Somebody has to make his magic bullets.
Yeah. So maybe like she'll get better at her craft, I think is like her goal for 20 years, but like professionally or personally, what like personal life, that kind of keeps it and she just hones her skills.
Do you see yourself still doing what is essentially field work in 20 years, if that's the direction that you go?
I mean, 20 years won't even crack 100. She's only like 70. So she's a baby. So maybe once she gets into triple digits, which is really funny to say, I think eventually she'll probably want to get out of it, maybe have her own shop, or like for adventurers to like outfit them. Maybe she does that for the Deep Armory, you know, that kind of thing. Runs something along the side, Elza. But I think for the next 20 years, you know, hit points willing, she's gonna stick with adventuring.
Okay. Yeah, just as a reminder for anyone interested in this little factoid, from Zilnia's perspective, Zilnia is adventuring with Helia, who is an adult, and a teen mom. And I mean absolutely no I mean no disrespect to teen mothers.
It's
But
yeah.
Yeah. Lula is like a 17, maybe 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And your infant and toddler children.
Yeah.
One of whom is just old enough to think and act for themselves, which only makes them dangerous.
Yep.
And the other is not old enough to think or really act for themselves, and as a result just has a primal personality. They do what they're told, but when directed to, they can be exceptionally violent.
All truth.
So that's the dynamic here.
It's fine.
How do you guys feel about that?
It's fine.
It takes all kinds.
It works out.
Yeah. Still an old man. Grouchy old man.
So
this is why we put money in the retirement fund.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we continue our adventure. You guys, to give a quick recap, repainting the picture of where you guys are standing right now. You are standing in like a wheelwright's shop across the road from Darksong Manor. you encountered a group of 4 individuals that were having some sort of conversation that you couldn't really pick up any of before they noticed you and immediately attacked. You were holding your own. You were expecting to win the engagement, but then received some unexpected help from a mysterious figure whose portrait I am putting into our chat just now. This individual is dressed in dark, somewhat nondescript, but still very nice, like formal wear. They have a cowl pulled up over their head, and their face is obscured with a green, like, porcelain mask. And as the battlefield goes quiet at the end of this combat, the figure just turns to all of you with just hands, up in a non-threatening gesture. And you hear the figure say, my apologies. I assume these 4 were waiting for me.
Zill, who is deaf right now, just has his guns trained on this guy, watching his lips move. Well, not because he's wearing a mask, so he has no idea. Yeah. He's just gun trained on the guy because he doesn't know who the fuck it is.
The hands are, he doesn't like have his hands up like it's a stick up. But he's showing his open hands, trying to be very
Who all is still deaf?
I'll say a few moments pass, and all of your hearing comes back at this point. Yeah. You're only deaf for 1 minute.
Yeah, but we only had like
12 seconds.
4 or 5 rounds of combat. Yeah. That's what I'm complaining.
The combat was 2 to 3 rounds, so most of that time is spent in silence. But
yes, perhaps we learn how to make things silent before we use that spell again.
I told you,
yeah.
I'm not great with magic yet. It unlocked the door, didn't it?
Yeah, but we should start testing these sorts of things before we use them in real life scenarios. Zill says, and she's like got a finger in his ear, just like he feels like there's something. He's like, ugh, what is wrong? Like,
Helly will look at the guy and say, judging by the way they attacked us, I can only imagine that they were waiting for you with ill intent.
That would be an understatement. Yes, I imagine they were here to kill me. Fortunately, I have you.
Why were they there to kill you?
Any number of reasons, I'm afraid.
Suppose I could understand the sentiment.
Currently, I imagine that they don't seem to be too keen on me poking around in their business.
And what was their business?
Perhaps you should find out for yourself. And he gestures to one of the bodies that is nearby you.
Search a body.
Yeah, we should go search some bodies. Also, how
Uh,
tall is this guy? Is this guy dwarf height or is this a non-dwarf?
He seems a bit thin for a dwarf. But he is of average dwarf height.
Okay. Sometimes it's rough.
As everyone's searching the bodies, Zill is still like one gun trained on this guy. As he's just waiting. It's like,
Yep.
Sure.
don't know who the fuck you are.
Brutus is next to, is like following Zill's lead and just like eyes trained on this guy.
Then yeah, everybody pick a body and investigation check.
I'll take Thug 1. And
I'll take
17.
I guess I'll take Thug 2 since I'm standing right there.
Yeah, I'll go Thug 4.
Okay. And who's going for Thug 1? Oh,
Me.
I'm on pause now, so you can actually move your guys. Okay.
Okay.
Rhodes, what was your investigation?
Oh, I'm not investigating. I have a gun trained on this guy, waiting for everyone else to
Oh, okay.
investigate and see. Yeah.
Then Lula, what was your
25.
25, and you were Thug 4.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Okay. 24. Court, what was your investigation?
25.
25.
4 Thug 4.
I rolled a natural 20, but it's 24 total.
Okay, and Endeavor.
17.
17. Okay. So, Lula, you find a couple interesting things that you find are first just a simple dagger and a leather bound book with an iron clasp over the front of it, locking it closed.
Oh, this is the fuck that fireballed me, isn't it?
Hmm.
I bet I know what this is.
Court, you were investigating Thug number 2, correct?
Yep, this guy right here.
You find, this individual is wearing darkened studded leather, not too dissimilar from any kind of studded leather you might be able to purchase anywhere in the city. And they are carrying a pair of daggers. Shit, that's not what I wanted. Where is? They are carrying a pair of daggers of an interesting design, and you really only pick up on this if you rolled so high. There is at the pommel of each of these daggers is at first when you first pick them up, they are far lighter than you expect them to be. And you realize that the pommels of each of these daggers are actually easily removed and are hollow. And there is at the crossguard of the dagger, there is a small hole at the base of the center of the blade. Where the blade meets the crossguard, there's a small a pinhole. And then I forget what it's called on it. The ridge through the center of these daggers is very narrow, but it is deeper than it should be. These are assassin's daggers. That you can apply a poison to these daggers without the necessary sleight of hand or a dexterity check to not poison yourself. You literally just pour the poison into the pommel, screw the pommel on, and poison will slowly drip onto the blade on its own.
Fun.
So you find a pair of those.
Nice.
And then Tina, you were
Number one.
Thug 1.
Yes.
And that was... I believe Thug 1 was the guy in... he was wearing full... It was like a blackened with soot, full plate mail. And he carries a heavy crossbow, and he carries a greatsword. So, and these are all dwarves. And so this sword is every bit as tall as the mountains. So those are the interesting things that you find on these bodies. In addition to that, all three of you, so all of them are wearing coats or jackets or robes or something over their armor, stitched onto the inside of those outer garments is a familiar insignia. It is the same draconic-looking insignia that was on the people at the volcano. And is that it? You guys only encountered those guys once.
Yes.
But it's also on the armor that Helia's wore after. No, I'm not wearing. I'm wearing the deep armory.
Yeah, but the one you picked
But-
up.
You had found that insignia in the burned village at the base of the volcano.
Correct.
Yes.
But we haven't interacted with them outside of that area yet.
No.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
We've only met the one group of live ones.
Yeah. I think
Not
Helia's just
anymore.
going to say, well, this certainly looks familiar. And she's going to look at the masked figure and go, and do you know what this symbol insignia stands for?
As a matter of fact, Helia, I do. That is the insignia belonging to, calling themselves the Cult of Dervarax.
As soon as he says Helia's name, without introducing herself, himself. Second gun, like
You hear the
both of them just like in this game, like whoa, you just upgraded your threat level.
He notices that immediately and says, and like turns to you, Zilny, and says, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. We haven't made proper introductions yet. You can call me G."
Motherfucker.
Can you say the name of the group again, Dustin?
Derverax.
The Cult of Dervorax. Would you like to take a stab at how Dervorax is spelled?
I thought we did this, but I can't find my
Did
notes
we?
on where they
Yeah.
are.
I
Then
spell
yes,
it-
I
because
think
I
we
found
did-
my notes, so I win.
We did do this. I believe a gear told you
Was it a gear?
this name. I think it
Yeah.
was a gear
Yeah.
who gave you some of this information already.
Yes. Yeah, we were talking to him because we mentioned it, I think, when we were giving him the rundown of everything before he smacked the table and everything bounced.
I spelled it
Yeah.
wrong anyway. God fucking damn it.
For those of you who need to update your notes,
If it's different, I swear to God.
Durvorax.
I almost had it, except for I spelled it D-E-R.
Dur.
Nope, that's not it. Try
Herder.
one more time.
I'm gonna
Let's put
just
it in
put
the
it in the
chat.
chat.
Probably a good idea.
I had it. I was.
Dur as in Dwergar.
I actually had it
Dvorax.
almost close. I had the first A. The O. I had an A.
Ah. No, it's Vorax, not Verax.
I had the same, Sam.
It's
I
like,
think that's what I did originally too.
Yeah.
it's like Borax. with a V.
Borax. Motherfucker. Now I have to find that note.
These motherfuckers.
These
They were the
motherfuckers.
social club that got a little cray cray.
Yeah.
It turned into a cult. As
I
they
mean,
do.
aren't all social clubs a cult to one degree or another?
Arguable.
Despite their best efforts, yes, I believe they can be.
When our masked figure introduces themselves, Lula will fish the note about Trellin
Uh-huh.
out of her pocket, unfold it so it's open, and hold it out.
And what have you found out?
What have we found out? Trellin's innocent?
Saoirse shady.
Saoirse shady? Yeah, Trellin? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Trellin was innocent.
Or at least insofar as we...
As we could find out, he wasn't causing any trouble. But Saoirse... Shit, what's Saoirse's last name? Does Saoirse have a last name?
Night something.
Cunt face, as I believe it. Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Night something, I believe. Oh wow, we don't need to do that.
Night River.
Night
we
River,
go.
yeah. Saoirse Night River seems to be your troublemaker. I don't know why. Well, we know why. She's a greedy bitch. But Trellin
She
didn't
was
seem
try-
to have anything to do with it.
And she seemed to be trying to frame him.
Mm-hmm.
She was framing him for something.
Yeah, she was under instructions from someone, I believe, wasn't she? I need to. Saoirse.
Is there anything that you can tell me? If
Here we go.
I knew that something was was involving Mr. Billowboots, but I didn't know what. If he was being framed, is there anything else that you know about this Saoirse Night River?
Other than she's currently on the run from the Deep Armory for screwing us over.
Yeah, for screwing us over, and supposedly was seen heading here. She was,
or to the docks.
Yeah, there was that too.
But she had free reign to come into Corsava Brew.
Yeah. But yeah, she was.
Do we think this bitch was working for these people and she nudges one of the
she
dudes
could
with
have
a
been.
foot?
We did find that whole little temple thing under her house.
Temple?
Yeah,
not
what
temple.
Was, yeah, an
shrine.
altar.
Altar. That was to a death god, though.
Was it a cloaked skeletal figure?
Not Vecna.
Not Vecna.
On a boat?
Yeah,
river
boatman.
gondola?
Yeah, boatman. She had a shrine and a secret room and her basement.
The cult of Dervarax worships the boatman, the bringer of change, and the farrier of souls.
Cool.
So she's part of this
Cool,
cult.
love that.
Okay. So she was trying to bring change by abandoning us all to demons under the mountains.
Or at least causing enough chaos among all of the order in Skytown and Corsava Brew to be able to break up some of those things. Seals. Bring about chaos.
And she was.
Perhaps that was one of the seals. Opening that.
Well, that's the
If she
thing,
opened that
is what I was
door.
thinking initially, is that
She
that
took the
or
job
that
to get to it.
space,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Because we were in, that was an old temple. And that door was doing all sorts of creepy shit before.
Yeah.
Because Brutus went a little cray-cray.
Yeah.
We had to knock him
Yeah,
out.
remember I knocked his head off?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
But was she, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, she had a contract, unknown with whom. She had a contract. We probably have a copy of it. We probably took it. From her
The
house.
contract with Hake?
No, the contract that she had, that was the job she was assigned to frame Trollin.
Yes, because that's how we know
House.
Trollin's innocent. It was.
Yeah.
That's how we. Yeah.
It was.
She had
It's
something.
literally a yeah. She had a contract with. I have contract. No name of the benefactor. Just a list of instructions. Frame Trollin. The goal was to discredit Forge Master
Yes.
as an organization. In particular, the High Priestess, the nice lady we just met like 6 hours ago.
I have to read through all my fucking notes again.
So do I.
God damn it! Nothing's like, damn, I'm a genius.
I'm really good at this.
Damn, I set all this shit up so good. But yes,
Guys, I'm like really good at this game.
Yes.
But
Well, I
yes.
suppose with everyone in town blaming the High Priestess for the
current.
volcano
Yeah.
exploding, they do seem to be succeeding.
Yeah.
That would be why they wanted to. I mean, destroying the volcano was a seal, but also politically does that.
Yeah. I mean, we saw there was quite the crowd outside the temple in Skytown.
Yeah. The bitch.
And why do you care about all of this? Zill says to G. And he's no longer pointing his guns at him. Like, one has been put up, the other is still in his hand, but his finger is not on the trigger. It's mostly like a comfort object. Just a habit.
Gilp.
Your
He still
emotional
practices-
support firearm.
His
But
emotional
he
support firearm,
practices proper gun safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
We
safety's
don't
on,
point at
finger's
things
not
we're
on the
not gonna
trigger. Yes, yeah. It's just we're out at late at night. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not putting.
We just got jumped by some dudes.
Yeah.
We're in the bad part of town.
She looks at you, turns in your direction, because even their eyes are completely obscured behind this mask. And they say, Excuse me.
I am very tired.
Yeah, it's late, bro. I get it, G.
It's like, it's
It is.
tomorrow. It's past my bedtime. He says, I like to think of myself as a conscientious and concerned citizen. Though I'm sure that explanation will not be enough.
Yeah, can I roll insight on that?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then Lulu's gonna hold out a hand for the gold he owes for the information on the job they just completed. Ding! Job complete.
Check that off the list.
Check that off the list, mother effers.
Contract complete.
Contract complete. Give me my cash. Oh.
I got distracted by that ask because that's a natty one. I was like, yeah, good point. You do owe us money.
Lulu got a little distracted too. She rolled a 9.
Yeah, I also rolled a 9.
Oh, you guys.
Rolled a 14.
Let's you. Wait, what's my. Helia, what's your inspiration?
D8, I believe.
Alright, we're gonna add that because that's about to expire. Because it's only 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a whopping 3, so I still don't do much. So, 12.
You're inspired, but about the money.
Inspired,
that we're
yes. Pretty much. Pretty much.
That was the thing that made you remember.
Yeah.
I
Wait a
believe on
second.
this character, if you fail to save, you keep the inspiration.
Yeah, but it's not a save.
I think it works for all of it. I think it's what's it called? Like unfailing inspiration? Court?
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
I think you hold on to it.
So, Endeavor,
Mm-hmm.
you are able to pick up on. God damn. Excuse me. You're able to pick up on this almost imperceptible, like, twitch in his head. Like cocks his head to the side. Just imperceptible amount that the rest of them don't pick up. As if he was going to follow that statement up with another and then decides not to. Otherwise, you sense no deception from him. But you think he might have thought about elaborating and then to.
A concerned citizen of where?
Of this city, of this continent.
This city? You're pointing down at the
Of Skytown, Korsava Brew, the entire Dwarven Empire.
We haven't left.
Make a history check.
We haven't left town.
Just endeavor, make a history
Damn it.
check.
Oh, I finally rolled well. That's okay.
That's good because I did not. 13.
Plus 5.
13.
18.
Plus 5?
Plus 5.
18 then.
Flash of genius.
That to refer to the region that is under the control of the dwarves, as he's alluding to, calling it an empire is a very old and antiquated way to refer to it. It would be similar to referring to like ancient Greece as an empire. Sure, it was a large area, relatively centralized, but they were never really an empire. It was a collection of cities.
Mhm.
And that's more what this is. Korsavabru is just one of many.
Mhm. Okay. So Korsavru is one of many city-states. Was it an empire at any point?
You're not sure.
Okay. Lula didn't know her history that well.
No.
I didn't get that information.
It only goes back
Program
so
what you
far.
don't know.
Yeah.
It only goes. Yeah, she only had books going back like 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have that volume of the Encyclopedia Dwarftanica.
Like Joey, who can only afford one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she found it. It was secondhand in some shop. She's like, used to like balance a table.
I love it. I love it. I think that's perfect. Says this like random knowledge, and it's because we have volumes like 1, 6, and 22, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Volume 6 might be Volume 9.
unclear.
The number is kind of rubbed off. But
It
it's
doesn't
just a
have the
really-
line anymore that tells you if it's a 6 or a 9.
You think that there's still like the indentation where the line would be, but like the gold leaf for the embossing has rubbed off.
Amazing.
But yeah, you're not sure
Yeah.
if the dwarves ever ruled a
true empire.
a true empire. Yeah.
I just know that we don't really have one now. We have a lot of
Yeah,
city
it's
states
not.
that
Yeah, that empire is not quite the right.
we would. Yeah.
While you're having that little
Mm.
epiphany,
Yeah. I see Lula's
Hey,
outstretched
the
hand.
gnome.
Give the gnome some money.
So there's like a little grabby hand, just like, cause he's dwarf sized.
money.
He's dwarf sized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit taller
So
than
he-
Lula. But
Yeah, he's a bit taller than you.
enough
He's
that her hand
definitely
is
not.
in the way. A little.
Like right in his face.
Right in his face. Listen, I had an answer for Court's question today of sum up the current goal in one sentence. Find bitches, get money. Find bitches and get paid. I feel like that
I
sums
mean-
up both quests we currently have.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we only have one singular bitch.
Sam.
Well, we got the bodies of bitches, so like, yes.
Sam, I would like you to roll a persuasion check.
That's not nice.
As you remind this gentleman
Mm.
that he owes you
Can
money.
I assist by standing behind her, still holding my gun, and like just casually turn the safety off. Not pointing it, just
Mhm.
loudly turning the safety off.
I will say either Sam can roll persuasion with advantage, or Zilny can roll intimidation.
I'm not even gonna touch my dice.
Okay. Advantage it is. Oh, come the fuck on.
Pair of ones.
A 5 and a 3.
Better than my negative numbers, okay?
I'm cursed, so it's a 6 and a 4. How? Guess what, motherfuckers?
What, you guys don't have a +8 to persuasion like I do?
No.
No.
Jail.
I know talk good. I shoot good. I know talk good.
I have a +1. And even doing flash of it, or the
Yeah.
+5 isn't gonna help.
He
Damn it.
he reaches into his coat, into like an inside pocket, and he pulls out a small coin pouch, and he tosses it to you.
Catch it. Look inside.
It's got gold coins in it. And he says, "Oh," and he reaches and grabs a second small pouch and tosses you a second one. And says, "For your assistance with this," and he kind of just gestures to the dead bodies.
So,
How much?
The first pouch has 45. And the second pouch has another 50.
Sweet.
Alright.
Cool.
45 plus 50.
95 total.
I'm just gonna throw in
Yeah.
party funds.
Yeah, that'll. We can use that for things. Where the fuck is the thing? What? No.
Open up part of Brutus. That in there. Excellent. Thank you.
Just feed it in like a slot in his head, like a piggy bank.
Here, eat his
Yeah,
snack.
buddy.
Eat his snack.
dun, 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 dun.
Brutus
Oh God,
snacks
Brutus
instead of
sounds like
Scooby snacks.
a slot machine.
Yeah.
You pull an ear and his eyes spiral.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my god.
So he tosses you both of these coin purses and says, "Well, unless you have anything to add currently," and gives you a beat for anyone to speak up with any other information that you want to share with him.
So are you the one we're supposed to be meeting here?
Oh yes, that was me.
Should have known.
Oh.
So, are you the bartender then?
Oh no. No, but it is amazing the things you can do with a few well-placed coins and a light touch in a crowded tavern.
Why us?
Well, if there is nothing else, the four of you should make your escape before we attract any more. Leave all of this. I'll have it taken care of. And he kind of like tips his hood at your group, and turns, starts to walk away, and as he walks into the shadow of this building around the corner from one of the street lamps, he disappears completely into the vanished.
Well,
So he called us here to kill these guys for him?
No, I think he might have called us here to get an update, and these guys got wind of it. Although, to be fair, these guys could also be waiting for us.
well, he said he said they were waiting for him.
Well, we did kill a bunch of them too.
True.
And now that we know Sersha's similarly,
At least have a common enemy. These guys are bad news.
yeah. I still want to know why come to you originally.
I don't know. Guess we'll have to ask him next time we
I'm
see
not
him.
sure I
Do you
get
think we
this
know him?
guy.
What do you mean?
What's that, Rhodes?
So it's just like, I don't get this guy.
Why
Something
he's-
just doesn't sit right. Like, why reach out to us? Why are you hiding your face? Like, just something about it. It's the unknown. He doesn't
Oh
like.
yeah, no, it's totally sketch.
Dustin, did any part of him seem familiar? Any, like, movements, voice, cadence, vocabulary, like anything seem familiar?
Make an insight check.
Stop making me roll.
Stop asking insightful questions.
I at least have a bonus to insight. 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing specific. So you do notice a couple of his posture and mannerisms seemed relaxed yet fairly rigid,
Mm-hmm. Like military,
Um,
maybe?
like he was going out of his way to be nondescript.
Okay.
You said it's 17.
Yeah.
His voice, you can't tell if it was the result of magic or the result of just having that mask with no, like, there was no open face
Okay.
on the mask. And you can't tell what the cause was, if it was the mask or something. But the voice did sound a bit artificial.
Kind of like endeavors? Or like just kind of just
What do you mean I sound artificial?
What do you mean
yeah.
that I sound artificial?
Bitch.
is-
And okay, maybe not now, but like pre-awakening endeavor.
No, post-awakening too.
Yeah.
No, that was
Lula had
this
to
morning.
explain things like contractions.
Yeah.
Not so much like Endeavor. But not so pronounced as Endeavor's obviously robotic voice.
Is it similar to someone who is perhaps like someone speaking a language fluently that's not their native language? Where it tends to be very grammatically correct, very proper, very...
There was a certain aspect to the cadence that made him sound very old-fashioned, needlessly polished.
Okay.
There was no slang to speak of at all. At least no modern slang. And the sound itself seemed a bit artificial.
Okay.
Like it may not have been his actual voice.
Okay. I want to, if nobody else wants to do anything, I want to search the last thug
Yes, we should do that.
before we leave, and then we can e-daddle.
Okay. And the last thug was Thug 3.
If you want, I can roll for it.
No, Thug 3 was outfitted very similar to Thug 2. You do find a second pair of those poison daggers.
Okay.
They didn't have anything on them more personal effects as opposed to professional.
Nope. No ID, no driver's license, no credit card, no passport.
Just the littlest insignia, no tattoos, no specific markings.
Not like no tattoos. But I mean, you can see their faces now.
They're all dwarves.
They're all dwarves.
Nothing that would indicate clan.
No, they don't have like any brands or tattoos or super noticeable scar. Nothing of that sort.
You know, the intricate beard braiding that I'm sure somebody's clan does.
No, all of their beards are admittedly much like mine. No braiding, medium length for a dwarf. Kind of no fuss. It is fairly uncommon for there to be no braids or styling of dwarven beards, so you imagine that probably came here intentionally this purpose to do anything that they could to not be should their plan go awry.
They were here on a job.
Yeah.
They also might, I guess
they were here on a
not
job and
be
they're
from
professionals.
Here.
They're just
might
not
not
really
be.
good at it.
I mean, seeing as the last folks we ran into were all over by the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, Dustin, I'm guessing, like, the way that somebody braids their beard could easily identify them, like, culturally as a different clan, or, like, certain, you know, metals, or...
It's like tartans.
Yeah.
Like, you don't wear those braids.
Yes and no. There are definitely particular styles that are more popular in certain areas or certain clans. But that's not to say that someone from outside that area is barred from a particular style.
Okay. Got it. All right. Then let's go back to... Where the hell were we staying? 13th Axe? It's not the tavern.
Right, okay. Yeah, the 13th Axe is where you're staying before
Yes.
you do this this scuba job.
Scuba!
Scuba.
Yeah, go back, rest. In the morning, go swimming, figure out what we're doing. Shit, I hadn't decided if I was gonna turn Bruce into a dolphin.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
How long would that take? Like 8 hours? I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I
Sleep
feel
is
like
important.
it's not worth it.
I mean, you could. An adventuring day can be. Just saying.
To be what?
An adventuring day could be more than. So you could get up, turn Brutus into a dolphin first thing, and then just get a really late start tomorrow. And do a night dive.
Yeah, I shouldn't like the idea of that, to be honest. No, I think if I just leave him wherever we end up going in, might be best.
And just leave him behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also holding something that probably shouldn't go underwater.
Sure, it's fine.
I mean, you've never dunked it completely underwater. You have no idea what might.
Yeah, and I don't want to be inside a mountain when I do it. So maybe maybe we'll leave him at the 13th axe.
That'll be a real sad doggo.
I know. He'll cry the entire time we're gone.
Oh!
Sing the song of his people. It'll sound like one of those mechanical pianos.
Like an out of tune music box.
Yeah. um. Yeah, go back. I would rather get down there with what I would rather be able to use all the time we can. Being down there. I mean, not that there's sunlight, but
Yeah. How are we going to see down there?
well, we all have dark vision. Not all of us have dark vision. I know what we can do. Hold on. How long does that last?
If you're looking at the thing that I'm thinking of, and until you replace it with something.
No, one of my axe can cast light. Well, not the light spell, but it can cast bright light in a 30-foot radius. And dim light for an additional 30.
Okay.
As a bonus action, it doesn't use a charge, so. It's a flashlight. Without having to burn a spell slot. Because she doesn't have the infusions to do a light thing except for like a 5-foot later. So,
yeah, but you could put that little candle gem in like a hooded lantern.
true.
Or a bullseye lantern
Yeah, I don't know if I have one.
to make that even longer.
I'm sure we could acquire a lantern in the morning.
Yeah.
I have a feeling a city completely underground. So is lanterns.
Yes. And that is a... That's a gnome thing.
What's a gnome thing?
Creating the light item?
Nope.
Is that a me thing?
It's an artificer thing.
I get our two tinkering thing. I have both tinkering things. I get confused on which can do what.
Yeah, the tinkering one for
It's a flint
race is just like an actual like lighter,
lighter.
essentially.
Yeah, it's a flint
Like
and
if
steel
you've been
basically.
underwater, it'll just
Yeah.
it's the lighter that Zil needs all like if he doesn't have his gun in his hand because it's inappropriate, he just has that. He's just like constantly thinking, I don't know.
That's what it is. Yes, an object. The object I can create an object sheds 5-foot radius dim, and 5-foot bright. Okay, yeah, I can make 4 of those, so we can do one of two things. Everybody could have their own 5-foot, and I could have the axe, or we can try and find some hooded lanterns, and I can jimmy those up.
I mean, it might be easy if we all have
Our own, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
We need to split up. Can you like headlamps?
Yeah, is that what you're gonna be looking for in the morning?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look for headlamps.
Okay.
If that's like a common thing, is that like an actual thing that would be like?
We're going down into a mine. I would
The
hope
mine.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that piece?
Seems
That would be.
like
That's a
it
piece of
should be.
technology they would have.
I will make it a piece of technology that
Cool.
they have.
Then yes, she'll look for 4 headlamps, and or hooded lamps if she can't find that. And then my axe can be backup if we're all together and we find a room or a cavern.
Okay.
But 10 feet will give us at least 10 feet will give those that can't see something to see, and then Zill and I at least some better light. Does that extend our dark vision then? I don't remember how it works.
No, a light source does not extend your dark vision.
But it would make our dark vision into like
regular
color.
vision.
Yeah, regular vision for that distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Lula will, once we take the long rest and stuff, Lula will get up and go find that.
Okay.
Jimmy those up.
Then.
So we head back to 13th Axe.
Yeah, you head back to the 13th Axe. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do while you're there, or is it just long rest, wait for the next day?
Do we want to talk to, who was his name? Brodrith? About if he knows anything about G?
I mean, we could.
Our commanding officer, that guy.
No, oh no, the
bar.
the bartender.
Oh, the bartender.
I mean, we could, but we'd have to go back up to where that was.
Oh, was that not at our, that wasn't at the,
No.
oh, that was not at our place that we're staying.
Yeah, it's up at the
Right, never mind
Deep
then.
Legion, temporary Deep Legion headquarters.
Yes, never mind, no. Then bed is the only thing.
We
that
are
we'll
gonna
use
be
it
back
for.
up there though
Yes.
in a couple days.
So when we go back up there, maybe we can ask.
I think the other big question is the kind of eye Brutus that we're carting around with us.
Yeah. That's... Oh, right. We were supposed to take that to gear, weren't we?
Well, we were supposed to
Well,
decide
we
what
had
we
to-
were gonna do
yeah.
with it.
So I think we basically have tomorrow.
Yeah,
To
we have
decide?
tomorrow, in
Mhm.
essence. At which point he'll be heading down to the downstairs.
So as we're walking back... I don't know if I trust it to be locked away somewhere. I mean, it makes sense, because if this... There's pros and cons to it, because if this cult is looking to destabilize Forge Master Temple and the High Priestess,
Mm-hmm.
they would probably want to destroy a temple.
Mm-hmm.
It's a target. But at
Or
the same...
take their stuff.
Yeah. And who knows, like, I assume that they were just looking to kill the phoenix.
Maybe use it.
I really don't think anybody like that needs an egg in their hands.
On the other hand, if it's with us, it can get jumped.
Yeah.
Yes. But also a target on the move is more difficult to hit.
Mm-hmm. We're slightly less unsuspecting. Maybe a gear pretends to take it in case they have a spy.
Do you think he'd be down? That would help root out a...
I think we should tell him
Oh, no, we should definitely tell him
Of,
and
like,
not just hand over.
the cult
Hand
things,
over.
though.
Yeah. I mean, it would be good for them to know at least that they're in the city.
Mm-hmm.
There's one group. Also, I might not have shared that part of the story. We didn't really get into the surface.
Yes, we did.
things.
With
You
Trellin,
told
we
a
did.
gear?
Not a gear. We told Trellin, though.
Okay.
Well, no, I don't think we told Trallin about Saoirse. About the fact that we were stalking him.
No, we didn't tell him about Saoirse or, like, the job. But we told him about
Yeah.
the seals.
Hi, we only know you because we were hired to track your movements.
Yeah.
I don't think we didn't do that.
We didn't do that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. But we did tell him about the Phoenix and the seals.
Yeah. We told him about the
Mhm.
Phoenix and the seals, and a gear gave us the information on the insignias,
Yeah.
but we haven't told either of them about the fact that now it's clear Saoirse.
Yeah.
Saoirse doing shady.
We should probably tell
doing
both of
shady.
them.
Yeah, we should, especially since we definitely did not share that they're specifically trying to destabilize.
I kind of forgot
The
that
priestess.
Saoirse was... When we talked to
How'd you call
Trellin,
that?
I kind of forgot to tell him that. I kind of forgot about that little
The
piece.
BT dubs.
Yeah. That's when we were
Um,
really wrapped up in... Saoirse's a bitch. She abandoned us.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. But
We
yeah,
got distracted by the fact of like, why do we have this insanely powerful magical object? I don't think we should have this insanely powerful magical object. What are we doing with this thing?
But he didn't
Alana,
want to
do you
take
have
it.
dark vision?
I can when I need to, in the morning.
Just change the programming.
I have to
It's
turn
like-
that. I have
it's
to
like a
turn that on.
switch right here.
There's a button.
To take a night vision, suddenly the eyes turn like black
Go-
and green.
Like
Yeah.
a little, you'd have to like plug this in. Like, that means I have to unplug this one. But if I
Yeah.
plug in this
This
jump
one.
drive, it
Yeah,
totally
the color
works.
vision goes away, and then this is the dark vision, the night vision goggles. That's literally what it is. The lenses are pieces of a defunct. What are the goggles? Is it goggles of night or something?
Yeah.
Goggles
Oh
night.
yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just like a defunct bullshit, like old pair of goggles of night, just like plugged in.
Yeah, I have.
But you couldn't get them both to work, so that's why you have to change the
This is so
programming.
loud.
Like I just couldn't. The code didn't work
It
together.
kept
So you
overheating.
change the code.
I can do one or the other.
One or the other. No.
Yeah. But yes, I can. Once we're heading down tomorrow, then I will have. Oh God, not that dark vision. That dark vision is insane. Clearly picked the new version and not the old version.
What's the new version do?
150 feet,
What's the old version?
Jeez Louise.
not 150 feet.
Jesus.
No, it's either 60 or 120.
How do you tack that on with like Gloomstalker? Can you stack that with like Gloomstalker?
Yeah, you can see in the dark.
Good lord.
Yeah, 60 feet. So I'll have standard.
Okay.
It's like that's not right. That's definitely
not right.
no. There's no way.
Yeah, I gotta look at my and you're gonna get us to breathe tomorrow, Endeavor.
Yeah, so how about we do this? The four of you sit here. You go back to the 13th axe.
Yeah.
You go to bed. You get your
Yep.
long rest. I have to take a quick bio break, hammer out and solidify what spells you guys are going to cast before you go scuba diving. And I will be back in just a moment.
Sounds good. Let's just take a quick 5. We shall be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, welcome back.
In our usual fashion, not a quick 5.
It will be when
this
you.
Yeah, when I edit it, it'll be.
it'll be a tight 5 and
Yeah.
But all right, so give me the spark notes of how you guys staying down in these lower flooded rings.
So we're going to do how we're staying.
Mm-hmm. Like, what spells are you casting? I heard some talk about
we're doing water breathing,
or bubble or.
Yeah, we're gonna use water breathing because I can get everybody. So
Okay.
probably once we get down to level 10
Mhm.
and do all that, I'd cast it because we get 24 hours. So water breathing. I have dark vision on from the morning.
So
that I get
lamps.
I get my 60 feet. Boop, 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 boop. I don't think anything else is precast.
You said it's 24 hours, no concentration?
Yeah, water breathing, 24 hours, no concentration, up to 10 willing creatures that within range, so everybody can get it. Breathe underwater until the spell ends. Affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration, so we can come out of the water and not just flop around and die.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Damn.
No loopholes.
All right. And then go ahead and spend 4 gold total. And you guys have headlamps.
Cool.
That are they're functionally hands-free bullseye lanterns that you can fit these 4 gems into.
Yeah. So that'll be my 4 of my magical tinkerings.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, the little frog I tinkered for my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Bloop.
There's panic up there. They think you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have nothing else to do in props to hops. So they're just playing with this little froggy, and they go to flick it so it hops, and it just explodes is an appropriate term. Let's be honest.
Now
it just pops, and little springs and gears just go flying.
Yeah.
More springs and gears than could fit in this amount of space. Somehow, it's just more.
Yeah, but they don't think Lula's dead. They think the other one broke it. So they're just fighting with each other.
It's now 5 children.
Why'd you break it that hard? No, you broke it.
No, it's not. It's not even all 5 of them.
Yeah, it's just the twins.
Or are they triplets? I don't know.
I don't know.
Some number of them are part of the same litter. So I have already updated your tokens. Spoiler alert. These headlamps emit It is 30-foot bright with an additional 30-foot dim light in a 45-degree cone.
And we can take a long rest.
You get your long rest beforehand, before leaving the following. You get these headlamps, you install the gems, and you guys are ready to go.
Dustin, before Lula went to bed, can she try and inspect that book?
Sure.
I can identify it for you, Sam.
Sure.
Okay. I will pre-bed take said book and cast Identify on it.
Identify.
Also, Dustin, I don't know if you saw, last time we actually played, I put a new Hero Forge mini link for Helia in the chat.
I
It's
saw
fine if you
it
don't change it
and
out
then
now.
did nothing with it.
That's fine. Just wanted to let you know. It's still-
Honesty is the best policy. Alright. I am just looking up Identify real quick. So this all happens the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so there's a couple of things that you... I'm just reading through the spell. In no particular things. It is not a magic item, but it is magic imbued. It is a wizard's spell book. It does not require attunement to use. It has no charges. It is not currently under the effect of any spell.
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah.
That is what we
Helia-
really need to know.
Helia, she has her hand on it, and honestly, this is probably the first time she's cast this spell. She's like, whoa. And she, like, relays all that information. Magic is so weird.
Helia,
Yes.
do you have in your inventory a large pearl worth 100 gold?
Oh, dear God. Do I? I don't even have 100 gold, so I'm pretty sure I probably don't.
Okay.
Did we get gems? We got a bunch of gems that we stole from Saoirse's place.
That's
Mm.
right, we did.
Like we scooped up. There was gold and such, but there was, I know, like an assortment of precious stones, but I'm not sure if we specified what they were.
Yeah, it was 350 gold worth of gems and gold coins.
Yeah.
I will say subtract 100 gold from that value, and Helia put a pearl worth 100 G
The
as
owl
a
feather she
material
probably does
component
have.
of that.
Okay.
And you learn all of those things.
Awesome.
But yeah, Lula, so there's no magic currently affecting this book. It does appear to be a wizard's spell book, but it is locked with this iron clasp.
Then she'll use... I can make thieves' tools.
Okay.
And then, crack
It-
that sucker open.
Doesn't it like take you an hour? To
Yeah, it
do?
takes like an
But
hour
you
if I
just
don't already
did
have
it.
them.
Okay.
Mm. No,
Yeah,
I'll
go
try
ahead and
crack it
make-
open.
Yeah, make a thieves tool.
So sleight of hand.
Yeah, it'd be Dex plus your proficiency. Proficient with these tools.
Yes, because I am proficient with it. So, cool. So +5. 17. Let's just add on, since it's late at night, we'll just add on the one of my last flashes of genius for a 22.
Yeah, the clasp pops open.
Bitchin'. I will flip through the pages.
Okay. It is all written in a language you understand.
Bastards.
But it is a very clearly a wizard spell book full of spells.
Fuck. Okay. And I don't have the language spell. So, okay. She'll slap it back together and throw it in a bag. Yeah, I assume we're leaving some of our, like, our backpack and, like, some of our shit here, so. She'll leave it for now, and that'll be a later project.
Okay.
Does the language look at all familiar? Like,
Oh yeah, it's Draconic.
of course it is.
The language of magic. All magic is written in Draconic. So, you don't really use magic in the same way as a wizard does. All of your magic is written in math because you're just an engineer.
Yeah.
Any engineers in the audience will appreciate that joke.
Okay. So yeah, she'll slap it back together and we'll she will put it with the other spell scrolls, because I have 5 spell scrolls I'm sitting on.
Okay.
That'll get kind of tucked. Max.
He's dreaming.
Is he really?
He's sleep howling, yeah.
Is that he's sleeping right now and
What
making
a
that
goober.
Yeah.
noise? Oh, damn. Oh, his whole body's moving.
The
I don't know
little...
if you can see him. He's on the couch right there. He keeps like going up and down, but he's passed out.
He's having a real good time in his dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sleep howling.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll throw that and the spell scrolls together, and that will be a later project.
Yeah, so you bundle all of that stuff together, and you're leaving here with Brutus in the room.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Brutus guard our stuff.
Are we...
He can't
We're-
swim.
I mean, we're gonna leave the egg by itself with Brutus.
I mean, he's gonna be by himself whether he sits at the entrance of wherever we're diving into or sits here.
Well, do you think that it would be better if one of us stays with Brutus? I can't
Um,
see shit underwater, so
No, I think all 4 of us
Maybe
will
it's-
go.
Or
I'm more thinking, do we leave, the...
Do we leave Brutus with a gear?
perhaps
We
that
could,
would be for the
we could leave
best.
Brutus with a gear. That gives us a good reason to...
Say, a gear we can't bring him. Wink, wink. We will be back.
to pick up our dog,
Dog.
which we are gonna be. We're gonna pick up the dog.
Our keg 9.
Our keg 9, and then
he's not a keg right now.
He's not.
He's a
He's an
piggy bank.
incubator.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's
because that
do.
would make more sense, I think.
Yeah, let's do that. We can drop him off on the way,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we pick him
Well,
up,
does that mean now
can-
we have to go up to like 5?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And
Yeah.
then we have to go like down.
Mm-hmm.
And Zill's like, I don't even know.
I'll
That's
go.
Isn't that gonna take like 4 hours
No.
to figure out how to like do the right
No.
combination?
Endeavor and
of
I'll go.
Planes, trains, and automobiles to get to 5 and back.
She'll take a handful of gold, hand it to Zill, and say, "I need 4 headlamps.
Yeah.
You go find those. We'll go drop off the dog in the morning."
Fair enough.
And we'll do that in the morning.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Okay.
So hopefully that won't ruin a ton of time.
Yeah. So Brutus. Brutus and egg. And
Oh, that was Zill to find the headlamps.
yeah, Brutus and egg and other water soluble items.
Yeah.
We stay with the gear.
Yeah, Zill, if you want me to bring your guns.
Yeah.
Brutus
At
and
least the
Egg and
rifle.
Zilney's bum leg. No, I'm just kidding. You got a bum arm.
Sadly hands over all 3 of his guns. Okay.
They won't get wet or stolen.
Okay. Feels really naked right now. So naked.
Zill, I can see your hip.
I'm staring.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
As you guys are going and moving
And then long
and
rest.
on your way, long rest. Everybody get your long rest. Following morning, you head out from the 13th Axe. And hell yeah, I need you to perception check.
26.
26.
Damn.
Okay. Let me back up a half a step. Hell yeah, during the night, you remember a few nights ago at this point, you had a dream that you were playing in a town, and there was one patron who was watching your performance who was unsettling, and as you began kind of a conversation to you, and as soon as that conversation started, you woke up and that conversation quickly faded from your mind. You don't recall what was said. During the night, you have another one of these dreams, almost the exact same. And in the front row of this stage is this person, this tall, long, dark-haired, seemingly human elf, not really a elf, you know what happened. But their features are all very exaggerated. And this person is watching your performance maybe a bit too intently. And again, you have this very unsettling feeling. And suddenly you wake up and it's the next morning. You guys get your stuff together, and as you are walking down the road, leaning up against a wall, seemingly waiting for on the other side of the road you guys are walking, is a abnormally tall to be in this city. You notice them, you lock eyes, and you do kind of a double take, but you look away, look back, and when you look back, they're gone.
I think that she would probably, when she looks back, she would probably stop and backtrack a bit and go to where that person was just standing and try to like look around to see if there's any trace of them or if they ducked into a shop or a building nearby or something like that.
Do you say anything to your friends, or do you just cut across the street.
She's probably very distracted, especially if she's had that dream twice in a row, or twice now, and
Yeah, twice in the last 3 or 4 days.
yeah, and especially strange as she's been learning magic, uh, she finds that perhaps there's a lot less coincidence than she once thought.
That's look. I know I can't get my bearings around here, but you are definitely going the wrong direction. Elia.
No, there was
Make an investigation check, Helia.
21.
21. You look around, there is no evidence of anyone having. You look down, like they're standing, like where you are now. You're at like the to an alley,
Mm-hmm.
and even though you're underground, the alleys are still fairly well lit,
Mm-hmm.
because of the lamps that are always on. And there's no conceivable place where a person of their size could easily like duck behind a box and hide. There's nowhere to hide. Um so they're just simply there's just simply no one here.
Did you guys see that person that was standing here? Tall?
Tall
Like a
person.
number?
I would like each of the three of others to make perception checks. Retroactive perception checks.
13.
14.
If Brutus counts, it was a natural 20.
For a total of
25.
Also 25, but not natural 20.
Brutus starts sniffing around at the area and like growling and huffing. Endeavor, your keen robotic eye did catch something.
Get stuck in the thing.
Yeah, you caught a glimpse of something, like out of the corner of your eye, but you would not be able to describe it. It was just you saw shape in your periphery, but there was a shape there.
I saw
I
something.
haven't seen a Tolly.
Some tall, a shadow.
No, it wasn't a shadow, it was someone.
The Helia, the person that you try to describe to your friends is easily a head and a half taller than Endeavor. They would be very tall, even for a human.
Is it somebody that I would perhaps have recognized from days before I came to Skytown / Corsano Brew?
At this moment, you only recognize the figure from this dream.
I know this sounds weird. I know, Endeavor, you don't comprehend certain things, but I keep having this dream. I've had it twice now, and it's the same thing. I'm playing my instrument on the stage of a tavern, which is weird because I don't even think I'm that great at it at this point. Certainly not to play in front of people. And there's a tall figure sitting at a table with sharper features than anybody I've seen. Long dark hair, and I swear, as we were walking by, I just saw the person I've dreamt about twice in the last couple of days. I don't know.
Do they say anything to you?
No, I've woken up before I could speak to them both times. Just like they're watching me. And I know it's a dream, but it just feels strange, different. I don't know.
Well, they'll definitely stick out around here. If they show up again.
Yeah, I mean,
You saw them down this alley?
I saw them right here. And she points to the spot where, like, Brutus is, like, sniffing around where she saw him standing. Right there. Standing there, just as we passed. And when I looked back, they were gone.
Like the person from last night?
More in the blink of an eye and less deliberate. They were gone as rapidly as I could blink. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling. Maybe it's a side effect of this magic I've been playing with, and maybe I should go back to my old ways. I don't know. It just seems weird.
Well,
It is
Magic is
weird.
kind of weird.
magic's fine. You just have to get an understanding of it. And don't let anyone spook you out of it. We've got your
Yeah.
back.
Well, hopefully I'm not going
And your
crazy.
front.
Thanks, I think. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I just didn't expect the person I've been dreaming about to be in front of me, much less down here. I mean, how the hell did somebody even get down here without the way we came?
I mean, if they can vanish without a trace on the street, they can probably get in here somehow. So,
Yeah. Well,
We seem to have a lot of observers now.
apparently in all facets.
Yeah, I'm not sure popularity is something I ever wanted.
So,
You mean you weren't voted to be most
I wanted to
likely
be
to
king of the mountain.
in the yearbook from 782 or whatever 300 years ago was?
No, I wasn't.
Anyway, sorry. What were we doing? Headlamps, that's right.
headlamps.
And we
Headlamps.
will take Brutus to boarding.
Yes.
To daycare.
We'll take Brutus to
To
daycare at the
daycare.
temple.
Yeah. And then we'll meet back
See
here.
how Gear feels about being daycare, doggy daycare. Let's see
It
how
will
he feels about
improve their
that.
image in the eyes of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not doggy daycare. It's
Robot daycare?
Phoenix daycare.
Whatever. It's all the same.
But yeah, we will split up. We'll meet back here.
Mm-hmm. And we can then proceed down to level 10.
Yes.
Right. Level 10.
Under
All
the
right.
mountain. Into the tunnels.
Into the
So-
tunnels.
Into the woods.
Into the woods.
You head down to the from the 9th ring to the 10th ring. And as you're descending down to the 10th ring, you see the water's edge. You guys are in town.
Okay.
So you guys are like at the pit,
Mm-hmm.
essentially.
I like that.
Does the water come right up to, I guess, it would be coming over the edge of where there would have been like the drop off to the next level? Or is the level slightly below and not flooding into the 10th ring?
The 10th ring is almost completely
Okay.
so the 9th ring right now
Is
the lowest dry.
okay. So somewhere on as we spiral down, probably just before we get to the point where the water is coming up over everything, I would stop us and pull us off the streets and do the
You guys
ritual.
start casting your spells.
Yeah, do the ritual cast for water breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So 10 minutes of, I guess everyone else can check their supplies. Do we have something that we can mark with?
Like string or
String or something that we can use down there to keep track of where we have been?
mm-hmm. Still, you're using crossbow down there?
Yeah.
I hand you 20 bolts.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going through my inventory. You can take those. I have
Oh, as we're standing here, Zoe goes, I really hope my arm works.
Shit.
Sorry. Didn't think of that one.
It doesn't flood.
Um,
All right. So about
Yeah.
10 minutes pass.
I have like
You
tools
get
that we could do
your-
marks with.
Okay.
Like I have
Okay.
hammers and
yeah,
stuff.
I've got Tinker's tools, so yeah. We've
Something.
got hammers.
We
and things
have
could use.
plenty of rope.
And
Yeah.
tons of rope. That I think there's
Mhm.
I think there's plenty of ways for us to mark our path accordingly. That's not going to get washed away.
Yeah.
Yes,
Even if you
and
just use a dagger to etch into something,
Mhm.
everybody has a dagger, right? Everybody, like a dad, he goes, everybody has their dagger on them, right?
Does everybody have a knife? It's like the Boy Scouts.
I have a hammer
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a knife and a compass.
I have a sling.
and my axe.
An axe would do the job. You don't have Endeavor. You don't even have a dagger?
I do not have a dagger.
Helia has like 3 of them. She'll take out one and hand.
I mean, there were 4 on those guys yesterday, so
That's
like
true.
Yes. Yes.
I have a great sword. It's really heavy.
I have 2 short swords too. Would you prefer that?
Yeah,
I have a small. No, sorry. I have a small knife. I have a utility knife.
there you go.
Okay. I suppose that's sufficient.
Dustin, if there's a toolkit that I would need to
Yeah.
make instead.
Besides thieves' tools, if you have thieves' tools and Zilnia, you guys are probably fine.
I have smith's tools too.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
You carry smith's tools with you as well?
yeah. The forge just kind of comes with us.
Sure, why not? I don't know what's in a smith's
I
tool.
mean,
So like not an anvil, I'm sure. It's only 8 pounds. I don't know what it includes.
it Okay, if it says it's only 8 pounds and you don't
It's not
have
the anvil.
like an actual anvil.
No,
and
it's
all
probably
kinds
just like
of
the
other shit.
hammer and the tongs and
Yeah, hammers and tongs of various sizes and
Yeah.
pliers and things like that.
D&D Beyond doesn't tell me what those toolkits entail until I go into like I have to dig for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just realized I have
Yeah.
those too.
But I can make
Yes.
any tools. So if there's a specific type of tool that I would come up with for better, but we have hammers and hell, I have a whole like mountaineering, like dungeoneer
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah, like I said, you guys are probably fine.
Yeah.
With.
Okay.
I will tell you right now. Do like underwater basket checks.
Mm-hmm.
The key
I
to a
got
door
that.
is not going to be in a basket.
Okay.
I mean, if not, we're still covered.
All right, so you
Listen.
guys head down.
Everyone knows how to swim.
I mean, theoretically.
yeah.
I'm not good at it.
I don't, yeah.
Okay.
I don't swim.
Nope.
We grew up in Skytown. It's a port city.
I mean, you made it so I can breathe, right? I'm fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you guys can all breathe. Everything else is just how fast you are.
Let's doggy paddle.
Yeah. All right, so
It's little dogs.
you all, yeah.
Chihuahuas.
Endeavor's just looking between these two tiny gnomes, just being like, octopus, definitely octopus. I'm gonna need all the arms.
That's actually not a bad idea.
No, it's really not.
You just tow us for a couple hours.
Yeah.
You can do what, 4 hours?
Yeah, I have 4 hours, 60-foot swimming speed if I become an octopus.
Huh. So once we get down there,
And I can go on land for up to an hour. All up the walls.
So you get down into the water.
That's
You
cold.
all have your. The water is very cold, actually. As a matter of fact, yes. Everyone make saving.
What'd you say?
Con saving.
Sorry,
throw.
y'all. Here, I was trying to be immersive.
25.
Damn. Zill did that thing where you run the polar bear plunge every year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Syl would do
yeah.
the polar bear plunge. Just
Raise
to show
money
those
for,
young
raising money for the
whippersnappers.
kids.
Yeah. It's like a hazing thing that actually everyone had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just kept doing it.
He realized he liked it.
And after like 100 years, you just became the bait for new freshmen. Look, Zilny's doing it. It must be fine.
Fine.
It's not that cold.
All right, Sam, what'd you get?
16.
16. Okay. Court
12.
and Tina.
14.
Okay. You guys are fine.
Cool.
But the water is very cold. And you head down. We are going to make. I would like everyone. We're going to do a challenge, but everyone is also going to make athletics. So I need athletics and something else from everybody.
Okay.
Thanks for picking one of the few things I'm good at already.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
I've got mine. You guys want me to go first?
I mean, I don't want to steal perception from someone else if that's the only thing they have. I can also do survival. Yeah, I'll do survival. I'll do survival.
I'm really good at perceiving things, and that's about it. I feel like Thurston in these challenges.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're just like,
No, you have Dermot, who's he's gonna perform.
Yeah.
He's
That's
gonna
just
keep
what he's gonna
everybody's
do.
spirits up.
Yep. Every time.
It's just what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think actually that's a good point.
My athletics is a 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
My survival was an 8.
8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sam.
Hold on. Miss Jackson. Athletics. Nat 20.
Ooh.
Hey.
21. She's starting off strong. History. To remember or try and remember what the uh the what am I trying to think of? Like the building, like what we're seeing, what like building structures, what they should be as opposed to what we're seeing, like to kind of determine like any structural damage we might need to be wary of.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
like kind of like what should this all look like in comparison to what we're seeing and what like red flags we might be worried.
Yeah.
23.
23. Okay. Yeah, between Zilni's survival and your history, you are pretty well able not only where you are and what things should look like in comparison to what you look like. But you've got a pretty good idea of as you're going, you're seeing a lot of like common patterns to like a lot of the like smaller side streets
Mm-hmm.
are either impassable or there's a lot of structural damage, and you are starting to put together a fairly reliable like internal map and route to get to where you need to go.
Cool. Kind of working
Court.
with Zill basically to like pointing and
Yeah.
allowing Zill to take the lead, but also, you know.
So I rolled a 17 on athletics.
Okay.
Which is great because I don't have a strength modifier. Um, and then, if I may, instead of making like perception or something like that, I would like to start to hum a counter charm as we're descending. Since I'm guessing my instrument won't necessarily work down here, but I want to hum a counter charm so that me and any friendly creatures within 30 feet gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Nice.
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a
Are you
19
singing
on the
us sea
die.
shanties?
Yes. I'm singing the Wellerman.
Yes.
A 19 on the die plus 8, so 27.
Damn.
Damn, indeed. Yeah, so one thing that you always kind of knew in the back of your head, but you've never really like internalized it in practice. Sound travels differently in water than it does. So, and you're aware of this phenomenon, but you try to overcompensate to account for that, and your assumption was correct but in the wrong direction.
Okay.
Oh
God, I'm the DM
what
now.
happened?
We lost Rhodes.
No, we
No, I
didn't.
see
We
the
lost
stream.
we
I'm
lost
here.
the music.
Let's talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you vanished behind screens.
Oh.
for me.
Oh. Oh no, I was gonna be like, Sam, if you're the DM, we gain a level, right?
Yeah.
Right now? Right now? Right now?
A level of feet and 3 magic items. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so you're trying to compensate for the fact that uh sound travels differently through the water, and you overcompensate, and you feel like the inherent magic of your performance just reverberates through the water. And what's the range on that counter charm? Like it's all
Creatures within
allies.
30 feet.
Okay, it's going to be 60 feet.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's what you're doing, and then Endeavor, what are you?
I will take perception. I rolled a 15 athletics.
Okay.
And I will do perception. I want to, as we are descending toward, I believe we're heading down to 11.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to be keeping an eye out for a few things. One, which areas look to have been cleared already, because I know there's been others working down here.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get a sense of how far people have come in. And B, I'd like to keep an eye out for anything else, any either other workers. So are there others down here doing the same thing we're doing? Or, anything else that might be living here.
Okay. What was your
as we are
perception
descending?
check?
Perception is a 22.
22. So you do not currently have any dark vision.
I do.
You do.
I have 60 feet.
Okay.
Keep picturing Endeavor's eyes lighting up like headlights.
Yeah. Yeah, we plugged in the dark
The
vision
night
this
vision
morning.
goggles, yeah.
We did, yes. We plugged in this morning, and have our that's
All
dumb.
right.
It's a fucking no, yes. I have
All right.
60 feet of dark visions.
So with your 60 feet of dark vision, you're getting like shades of
Yeah.
gray in 360 degrees. You can see okay in the water, but you can see much better inside this.
Right.
And you are seeing not so much like in the open pit where it's just open water and there's like nowhere to hide or anything, like you don't see anything, but you do see various types of fish, some large, some small. Nothing as big as any of you. But there are fish that have come into this.
They came in with the ocean.
Yeah, they came in with the ocean, and they are kind of keeping to the buildings and those areas.
No other people, though.
You don't see any other workers or other people, but you do see evidence of workers or crews in the 10th ring.
Okay.
Once you are down to the 11th, you do not see any.
Okay. It would get much more difficult to move down here.
So at this point, you guys make it down to the 11th, and you start going through in town. You start making your way toward mid, which is where you need to be, because this estate is somewhere in the 11th.
Mhm.
It is the it is the 11th Forge Midtown. Is the is the neighborhood that you guys are looking for.
Okay, I bumped my keyboard at the exact same moment you like did the transition, and I was like, "Oh my god, I broke your foundry." I don't know how I did it.
Dustin, can you give the 11th Forge
uh,
Midtown.
Midtown? No.
11th Forge Midtown.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go up. What did the alleys look like in this area? Because up there you could tell, like, any narrow space that fills with water very, very quickly, stuff gets real messed.
Mm-hmm.
But work crews have been through there have been recoveries going, etc. How damaged is and obstructed are those street spaces once we're down here?
So
Guys, there are fish I could use to send messages.
There really are.
I can send fish messages. If I turn into like a whale, can I
Here we
call the
go.
other whales?
I hope there's no
You
wheels
think
down
so?
here.
No, just in
I feel
general.
really
Oh,
bad for
just-
that whale.
I know.
all right. So the district that caught the brunt of the rushing water as it entered the pit was the Stone District.
Okay.
Which is 4 districts away from where you go. So that would be the Stone District is essentially 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are at the 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Around the wheel, around the circle. So the very worst of it was not experienced here.
Mm-hmm.
However, the lower ring got it worse than the higher ring. So the 11th ring is the ring, but in this area, it's not super, like, it's not devastating, but it is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there are some areas where the streets are like completely swept clean until you reach some kind of obstruction to that straight line where water's gonna flow, and then you have buildup of debris in those areas. But you guys are going through in town into Midtown District, and you guys are swimming through this street. And this is one of those areas that is mostly just swept clean of most debris.
Our orders didn't include a like description of this manor, did it? Like look for this feature.
Yes, you guys know what you're.
And we have partials on the individuals. We have
You have,
some.
you have names and descriptions of some of the confirmed guests at that party.
Are we seeing other bodies now that we're down here?
Now that you're down here, you do actually make a perception check.
Awesome. Just floating dead bodies. That's cool. What's up?
All of us?
Yeah. Everybody go ahead and make a perception check.
26.
25.
Ooh.
16.
Lula, you do not see them. Everybody else, you see a mixture of intact bodies and body parts that are just either just suspended in the water in windows uh in some of the buildings on either side of you. There are a few people, a few bodies just like out in the street. In the street is where you see body parts. You don't really see any body parts in any of the windows. But I will
Okay. That's cool.
there. Now you guys are all facing the same way.
Listen, it is 20 to 10, so I'm not sure if you've got
I
a
know.
close spot to wrap. Okay.
All right. So you guys are in this street. What are you guys doing?
Swimming, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep swimming.
All right.
Since we turned in from the pit,
Yeah.
we should probably mark as we go at that point because we're starting to twist up these roads.
Yeah. Okay. Can do that.
Or something to leave ourselves a trail back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other odd thing, the lights in the city were magical, correct?
Yes, they were.
Do they still
Yeah.
work down here at all?
These lights in the areas that you've been in are not working. It is completely dark.
Okay. Just want to keep track of time as best as possible because we will run out of, well, the ability to breathe.
Yeah.
Right. As you guys are swimming down this street, you see out from around the corner
Sharkies!
this sight.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
We actually have 3 reef sharks come just swimming, ambling around the corner, and they notice your lights, and then they notice you.
Yep.
And we will figure out whatever for initiative next week.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh, no.
Endeavor, tell them back off. Tell them back off.
Friends, please take us to the blah blah manor.
Friends, not food. Friends, not
Not
food.
Good.
Seriously, we are friends. We are friends, not food.
Cool.
All right. But yes, you are now underwater and about to be in combat against some. And now I have 1 week to
I got nothing of what you just said.
Yeah.
Yep, that cut out.
Good.
So like it actually
Perfect.
just makes it more mysterious. Like, oh, we can't.
You have
know.
1 week to do what?
figure out how the hell underwater combat works.
Uh-huh. Cool.
So, right.
Yeah, it's gonna take me about 14 rounds just to get to these sharks.
They're
Yeah.
gonna have to come to
Well,
me.
that's
Half movement, 25 feet. Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm no longer
mean-
zippy like I am on Brutus.
Yeah.
You just have to
Just keep
Wait.
swimming, swimming,
just
swimming.
just stay.
Yeah, right.
Stay your ground.
I can sing Baby Shark to them.
Actually, they hate that. It's
Yeah.
like super racist.
Super
Yeah.
racist.
It's not their anthem.
Oh my gosh.
All right, kids.
Cool.
Well, thanks anybody who was tuning in.
Yeah.
We've got how many weeks until Extra Life?
3, I believe.
3.
Three
Yeah.
weeks
Jesus
till Extra
Christ.
Life.
I mean, yay.
Yeah.
It'll be 3 weeks from Saturday.
I intend to do Wednesday night dice, but not the 6th.
Okay.
That is my current intention. That may change.
Depending on how much planning you have to do.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah. But good gaming. We almost got this combat in.
That's
We were
okay.
close, but there was
There's
a
some good-
lot there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was good
And
conversations.
The plot got real thick.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met. We
So-
made new friends, sort of.
Mhm.
Kinda.
Now you can put a mask to a name.
Yeah.
You can
To
put a
a
mask
name.
to an
letter.
initial.
Yeah,
To
to
an
an
initial.
initial.
I was
Not
just-
even a name.
We don't even have a name.
No.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did burn all of those people in the bad fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I
I
mean,
mean, honestly, I trust him less because of that.
Hi, friends.
Right.
Have a good
Yeah.
evening.
Well, have a good night, everybody.
Bye,
yeah.
stream.
Okay, bye.
Good night, Internet.